Herb here from GameYak.com. Here we are today back in Seduce Me the Complete Story, doing all of the episode series related achievements. So after finishing the two games, you're going to have a third option once you hit start at the bottom. It's going to be called the episode series. It's basically going to be a collection of all of the bonus episodes. Most of these are going to have achievements tied to them, so let's start at the top of the list and then work our way down. So the first 6 are going to be pretty easy. You're going to have the first 5 be based around each one of the guy characters, and then the 6th one is going to be based off of Diana. All you have to do is just make sure you start the bonus episode. You're going to hit start to get past the name entry screen, and then all you have to do is just make sure you hit right bumper to fast forward to the end. There are no choices to be made during any of these, so all you have to do is just make sure you select the episode, just hit start to get past the name entry screen, and then right bumper to fast forward to the end, and you should be good for a very easy 6 achievements to start out with. So once you have the first 6 bonus episodes done, we're going to move on to the 7th one. This one's going to be a little more complicated, as we're going to need to be familiar with some of the game's in-game lore. So make sure you select it. It's going to be Burning Hot Love, which is going to be Malix's bonus episode. Make sure you start it up, and the game is going to prompt you with a question. It's going to be tell me his name, and then you're going to be given a text box to answer it. You're going to want to spell out Malix. It's going to be Malix. Then the second question is going to be give me the true name of the one who fought the general. This is going to be Almaris, so it's going to be Aomaris. And then once you punch that in, you're going to have a third and final question: is Malix dead or alive? You're going to want to enter alive. That's going to be Alive, in case you don't know how to spell that. And then once you get all 3 of those in, you're going to play a small visual novel right here. You can get past this just by picking the topmost choice the whole time. There's going to be about 15 choices or so if you do this. So just make sure you mash that A button to get through it as quickly as you can. With that bonus episode out of the way, you should be good for the Malix's Fate achievement for 15 gamer score. Once we take care of that, we're going to head back and then do the 8th bonus episode. This is going to be the first one that is going to require multiple playthroughs, as we're going to need to experience the episode from each of the perspective of one of the characters. So once you start it up, you're going to hit start to get past the name entry screen, as you would normally. And then once you get to the choices, you're going to have the list of all the guy characters. You're going to need to do a playthrough with each of them once. So you're going to start at the top of the list, and basically you're going to fast forward to the end. Once you get back to the main menu, just make sure you head back to the same episode, and then just make sure you replay it, choosing a different character. And all you have to do is just make sure you move down the list until you get all 5 of them in. So once you have done a playthrough with each one of the 5 characters, you're going to want to go back, and then a 6th option is going to appear where you can play with all of them. So make sure you pick that all the way at the bottom, and then you're going to run through that, which is going to total for 6 playthroughs. And then as soon as you get that one done, you're going to go back to that same episode, and right as you start, you're going to get another option right here. You want to make sure you choose Secret Side, and this is going to play the episode from Diana's perspective. So make sure you get her out of the way, and then once you have all 7 done, you should finally get the episode's respective achievement. There it is. It's going to be for 15 gamer score, and this is just going to be the first one, as there are going to be other bonus episodes that work like this, most notably the next one, which is going to be the holiday episode. So same thing as before, make sure you start it up, and this time make sure you get past the name entry screen. This one is going to have a choice right before the list of characters. Make sure you just choose the topmost option, which is sure, and then you're going to do the same thing. Make sure you run through it all 5 times with each one of the guy characters. That should unlock the 6th option, which is going to be with all of them. You want to make sure you do that. And once that's in the bag, you're going to want to go back and then do the secret side, which is going to be the playthrough with Diana. And that should wrap up the episode, giving you the episode's achievement.
Well, how do you feel?
So once the holiday episode is in the bag, you should be given its achievement for a 10 gamer score. After this, we're going to move on to the next episode, which thankfully we can catch a bit of a break. This is going to be the Harem episode, and it's going to be very similar to the first 6, where all you have to do is just make sure you start it, get past the name entry, and then just right bumper to fast forward all the way to the end. No choices to be made with this one. This one's going to be a nice little freebie. So the achievement for this one is going to be worth 15 gamer score. That's going to take us down to the bottom row. We're going to start with the leftmost option, which is going to be the Prince versus the Brute. This one is going to require 2 playthroughs. It's going to be a very short visual novel, so there are going to be a couple of choices that we have to go through. So start it up, make sure you get past the name entry screen as you would. For the first playthrough, all you have to do is just make sure you pick the top choice every single time. So for this one, you're going to want to side with James, and then once you wrap it up, you should be good for his side's achievement, which is going to be the Prince. It's going to be for 15 gamer score. Then we're going to start that same bonus episode all over again, but this time we're going to flip sides and then side with Sam. So make sure you start it up, and then once you are in it, you're going to do the same thing. Start button to get past the name entry, right bumper to fast forward. For the first option, you're going to want to choose the topmost choice, but then for the second and the third, you want to make sure you pick Sam's option, which is going to be the bottom one. So just make sure you do this, and that should get you both of the achievements, one for the Prince and then the other for the Brute. So once you finish the second one, you should be given its achievement right here. It's going to be the Brute for 15 gamer score. Then we're going to unfortunately have to go back to one of those multiple playthrough ones. So make sure you head back to the list, and then make sure you start up the next one, which is going to be Purrfect Service. This is going to be exactly like those others. You're going to have to do 5 playthroughs, each of which relates to one of the guy characters. Then you're going to do a 6th playthrough where you do all of them, and then finally you're going to unlock the secret side one where you're going to do Diana's playthrough. All of the guy characters and Diana are going to have their names changed to their cat names, but it's pretty much the same thing. Just make sure you rattle down the list and make sure everyone gets a turn, and you should be good for the bonus episode's achievement at the end once you have all 7 playthroughs done.
Did you hear about the... Did you hear about the Did you hear about the
So taking care of the cat episode is going to give us its achievement. There it is. It's going to be for 15 gamer score. So going back to the list, we're going to need one more bonus episode in order to wrap things up. You can skip the 2 audio dramas, so you can skip the one in the middle of the bottom row as well as the one on the far right of the bottom row. So the only thing you have to do is you have to make sure you do the Happily Ever After episode. So this one's going to be just like the beach, holiday, and cat episodes where you're going to have to run through it multiple times. So press start to get past the name entry screen, then you're going to need to choose your gender. It's not going to matter which one you need to choose, so just make sure you choose bride or groom. Then you're going to get the list of characters. We're going to start out at the top and then work our way down. So make sure you pick James, and then you actually get the achievement for finishing just one of them. So there it is. It's going to be for 15 gamer score. That being said, you are going to have to run through all of them, as this is going to be very important in unlocking one of the secrets you need for the secrets achievements. So just make sure you go back to the episode and just make sure you run down the entire list. You don't have to do all 5 characters with both genders. You just need to do all 5 characters at least once with any gender. So for that first choice, you can always do whatever you want. Also, there's not going to be a 6th or a 7th one of these playthroughs that we have to do. So there's not going to be a playthrough with all of them, and there's not going to be a playthrough with Diana. So just run through it the 5 times with the 5 different characters, and that should set you up for unlocking the secret that we need to get for the last few achievements. And of course, we are going to cover that in the next part. But once you wrap up the wedding episodes playthroughs, you should be good for everything that you can get out of the bonus episodes. That should wrap it up for this part. Make sure you check back soon for the conclusion, where we're going to go for that completion. But that's it for now, and that's all there is to it.